He has completed PE in Electronics and Communication from Bangalore University and MTech in Computer Science and Engineering from Visvesvaraya Technological University. He has completed 3 years of full-time research at University Visvesvaraya College of Engineering, Bangalore University. He has published 2 journals and presented 4 international conference papers at various conferences organized by IEEE. He is skilled in various technical fields, which is proof of the fact that he has earned diversified knowledge about the computer science stream. To name a few, he is skilled in many programming languages, scripting languages, operating systems, RTOs, mobile operating systems, cross development platforms, IDEs, frameworks, and development tools. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Prerna. It's a wonderful introduction. So, am I audible?
Uh, yes, sir. I would request to share few rules to the participants so that it will be easy for them to interact in the session. So, participants, kindly note down there are few rules to be followed. Um, every participant must be involved in the group discussion. Participants must make sure that he or she listens to the other participants and continues after he or she finishes. Every participant can state 1 or 2 points about the topic for 2 minutes. Make sure no participant takes for too long. And we expect participants to speak about C or Java programming languages. I acknowledge that each participant will follow the rules and be a part of making the session a great success. Um, the group discussion session is divided into 2 parts. Today it is the first part, and details regarding the second part will be mailed to you. So kindly stay tuned and know more about details regarding the second part. All the best, guys. Make the best use of this group discussion. Thank you. Yes, sir. We would like to continue the event. Over to you,
Okay. So, good afternoon, all. I appreciate your interest in participating in this group discussion. See, most of you might be knowing this because we are given opportunity for you people to talk about C and Java. So if you would like to compare C and Java, so how do you compare? It's something like, okay, comparing mother and daughter. You know the age of C programming? Anyone? How old is C programming?
Approximately around 46 to 48 years.
Oh, yeah, 48, it's correct. How about Java?
22 years or 23 years.
So next week, probably okay, in another 10 days, it would be reaching 25 years. So you are comparing this programming language, which is 48 years old, with 25 years old. So you can restrict yourself for the technical features. So where the C programming is applied, because how come C programming has been survived even after 48 years, competing with some n number of programming languages? There are hundreds of popular programming languages being used in industry in various domain. You can touch upon which domain and because of which feature still people use C programming or even Java programming. Probably it would be helpful for someone to understand if you mention its application in our day-to-day life where these programs are being used, whether common man uses C or C plus Java, okay. So based on the application, you may not program it, but you can mention the applications which is developed out of C programs, okay, or a Java program. You're free to do that. I don't want to mention those applications right now. I will leave it to you people. Okay, so if it's required, probably next round or after the end of the session, I can uh, pinpoint some of the applications which you are not touched on. Okay, or which feature of programming language like C or C, Java, okay. When you go for C programming or when you go for Java programming, you can talk about it's based on the security or security aspects or portability, those standard words you can use it. Okay, I hope you understood, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I wish you all the best for all the participants. So you can start. Okay. So, okay, Sai, who's anchoring? Who's the moderator?
Yes, sir. It's Sparsha and other group members also, sir.
Okay. Sparsha, thank you for the long introduction. Okay. So you can, yeah.
Welcome, sir. Thank you. Yeah. So, guys, it would be great if any one of you voluntarily start your point about any of the programming language, C or Java. It's your time to speak.
Sparsha, 1 minute.
So,
Okay. It would be
Yes.
helpful for me to, if you mention the serial number. I have that Excel sheet with me,
Yes, sir.
which one you are for evaluation purpose. Before someone starts, you can tell me the serial number. That would be easy for me to.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah.
so can I start, sir?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, good evening, everyone and all. My name is Deepak. I am here to speak about something about Java programming language. So, many of us have heard about Java programming language, and we already know certain features of of Java programming language and various applications of Java, and how dominant is the Java programming language, and what has contributed to its dominance in coming years and in the past also. So I will be focusing on several features of Java programming language that will help you to appreciate the dominance or appreciate its use in the current world. So starting with the end of my argument, you will be able to clearly appreciate the Java programming language and how beautiful it is structured. So I will start with the basic features and then going to the technical ones. So to start with, Java is a purely object-oriented language. Purely object-oriented language, we things that come to our mind when speaking about object-oriented languages are abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. These are the features that every object-oriented language has to support. So Java is very good at supporting these features. So I may not give the proper introduction to these features, as you already know. So I'll simply skip to the next point. So what is the next point? What is the next beautiful point about Java? Java is a multi-threaded language. So what is multi-threading? Multi-threading is running several threads concurrently. So what is a thread? A thread is a small lightweight process that is initialized. So multi-threading makes the Java very beautiful and helpful in enterprise level applications. So where there is a need for responsiveness or reactiveness, this multi-threading feature of Java comes into handy. So multi-threading makes Java a very far better than other programming languages. So the next application I would be saying that is distributed systems. Java is mainly focused on distributed systems. Features like RMI, remote method invocation, which is an API, and features like Java Enterprise Bean (EJB), these provide an upper hand to Java in enterprise level applications that are distributed systems and in various web servers and action servers. So another feature for the Java would be like Java is a platform independent. We all know that. What is a platform independency? Java is unlike any other programming language. Java is compiled to a intermediate code called bytecode, which runs on a
Deepak, your time's up. Anyone, next participant can continue with your point.
Myself, Afshanda Madrasi. I am here to speak few words about the C language. I want to start with the features of the C language. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Continue.
Yes, ma'am. C language, it is a procedural language. This supports the preprocessor directives. This includes the comment line, and this also supports the multiple inheritance, so that we can inherit multiple the same thing. It is a low level language, but it uses the function call like call by value and call by references. But in Java, we only use the call by value. The data hiding in C language is done using the static variable so that no one can change if we use the static variable. Then this supports the storage classes. The C language supports the storage classes. C language consists of the 32 keywords. For a generic type, we use void as a data type in C language. It does not support overloading. Then the C supports the pointers to store its address in the programming aspect. The default member in the C is the public. This supports the structure and the union. It is a machine independent or portable. C language is machine independent or portable. It is a fast speed. Memory management is good in C language. Then it is a dynamic. It uses the dynamic memory allocation. This refers to performing the manual memory management in the C language.
Thank you, Afshanda. Your times is up. Next participant.
Good evening, everyone. This is Saransh. I would like to continue the session. My preference language is Java because Java is preferred for many reasons for developing applications. Java is secure, no threat to security because nothing gets executed outside the JVM. Rich set of core features because we all know that Java's core features are complete and very vast. They also get regularly updated and maintained by Oracle. It has one of the best frameworks and classes. Outside the core library, Java has many frameworks and classes for features like networking, threading, IO operations. And thus programmers can get these qualities in their own applications. And as just now like Afshanda said that C supports pointers, but I feel that pointers are kind of insecure. They can get easily traceable or we can get easily into the domains. But all these are generic points. Java is the only language that can best fit for the needs of an app developer. So I would like to go with Java. Thank you.
I request next participant to continue with.
Good afternoon, I am Shivangi and I prefer Java language, so I'd like to speak on that. As we all know, Java is an object-oriented language, so the OOPS features like inheritance and polymorphism, which are very important for reusability of code and readability, are supported by Java. C, being a procedure-oriented language, on the other hand, does not support these features. C is also a platform-dependent language as the file which the compiler of C generates is an executable file which is platform-dependent. Java, on the other hand, is operating system as well as hardware independent. That means we don't need to change the syntax or compile the program again and again on different platforms. Java, being object-oriented, is also very close to the real world and is very easy to understand. C, on the other hand, has very hard interpretation for the users, and Java codes, when compared with C, are more maintainable and easier to debug. Also, Java provides exception handling with the use of try and catch, whereas in C, no such provision is there. Java also allows automatic memory management with the help of garbage collection, whereas this feature is not supported in C and the memory management has to be done manually. Java also has more scope in the areas of development like AI, IoT, web applications and mobile applications. Android is also Java based, and Java also recently made debut in neural networks with its abstract library processing. Java also has super database connectivity and provides excellent memory management with its multi-threaded feature.
Thank you, Shivangi. Oh, sorry. Continue.
That was it. It was just adding.
Okay, was it that much only? Okay, next participant.
Good evening, everybody. This is Rishabh. So before starting, let me give you a real-time example. Banking application. Banking application has thousands of lines to do it for a database and everything, right? So for banking application, it has a lot of code. So which would you rather choose, Java or C? Of course, Java, right? Because Java has inbuilt functions, library functions, and packages, and it can be done through runtime compilation. Garbage facilities can means like garbage collector. Memory management can be done automatically. Multi-threading is also one of the best feature of Java. Many processes are running simultaneously, so we can use multi-threading is also one of the important feature of Java. Multi-threading application is concurrently is the most good feature of Java. Advantage of multi-threading is using the same memory location. Multiple inheritance is also accessed that by the interface. Java can be used for many web applications, right? So J2E uses to create enterprise level like web application. As I told you, the banking application, that is a huge application. Using Java, you can use that and make it simplified. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishabh. Next participant, please. Come on, guys.
Monu, Hafiza, and Brahmani, I guess your turns are left. Make use of it now itself. It's a great session where you can exchange your views regarding Java and C. Come on, speak up.
This is Hafiza. I wanted to speak about C programming. Actually, we know that Java is object oriented and it is used in many real time applications. But for learning purpose, C is good. It is easy to learn structured language and it produces the efficient program. Whenever we go to the competitive programming, we can if we use C over Java, the time complexity will be less here because C is very much closer to the machine level. So we can get output in very less time.
Uh, Hafiza, you still have your time. You can speak more.
Okay, I'll call out the name.
I guess Brahman is ready.
Yeah, you can start.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, friends. This is Brahmani. I am going to speak about C language. C supports preprocessors, whereas Java does not support preprocessors. Virtual keywords are supported by C, whereas virtual keywords are not supported by Java. C is very easy and it can be understand by everyone. It is a superset of many languages like JavaScript, PHP, and Python. Go-to statements are supported in C language. Default members of C are public. It follows a top-down approach. C is platform independent and it supports user-based memory management. C supports pointers. C is a low-level language. It has difficult interpretation for the user, but it has a closer significance to the machine level code. In C, memory allocation can be done by malloc, whereas in Java, memory allocation can be done by a new keyword in Java. C programming language can be used for system programming as application programming. C is a compiled language that it converts the code into machine language so that it could be understood by the machine or system. Whereas Java is an interpreted language, that is, in Java the code is first transformed into bytecode and bytecode is then executed by JVM. Whereas C has 32 keywords. Data hiding is done by using static in C. Overloading
Brahmani,
function.
your times is up.
Yes, ma'am.
Your times is up.
Yes, Hafiza, you can speak up.
Afiza, you can continue with your points. Or anyone else, if you're ready with your points, you can go through. Okay, anyone else who is ready with your points? Saransh? And anyone who wants to speak again can also speak.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm Deepak. Okay, can I start now? Hello.
Yeah. You can
Okay.
start, Deepak.
Okay. So I previously mentioned several features of Java programming language, how as it is like object orientedness and distributed applications, multiple threading, and other features. Now I will explain you some more features of Java programming language. Just like Java is a robust language. So what contribute to its robustness? Many features like automatic garbage collection, simple memory management, no pointers like C, and good exception handling. These all contribute to its robustness and contributes to its various applications in industry also. So next feature would be Java is a secure language. How it is secure? Java is a statically typed language. Statically typed means its type is checked at the compile time only. And very Java has a security manager which defines the access to the various Java classes. And though many of you are saying that C is a procedure oriented language, whereas Java is object oriented. So those of you who are missing the procedure line oriented features, Java 8 has those features also, especially Lambda expressions and Stream API in Java 8, Java 8 and onwards. Those provide you the procedure language features also, functional programming also. So Lambda expressions are just like functions, but a little bit different from functions. They interpret the code itself in the main code only. They don't call some remote code or code from other class. So these features contribute to various few more applications, just like web services and in website management. And Java has various good frameworks, just like Spring, Hibernate, Struts, which are used in various web applications. So yes, thank you.
Thank you, Deepak. Next participant, like Brahmani, Saransh, Hafiza. Anyone who is ready with your points? Okay, Boon, there's someone called Boonu. I don't think so. You have spoke once also. Can you go through your points and can you unmute yourself and continue? Guys, if you don't volunteer, I have to call out the names then.
Can I speak, ma'am?
Yeah, you can speak. Continue.
As I was with the C language, the C is a fast and efficient. No other language like Java, Python, this offers features like a C because it is a fast and efficient. This is a modularity language. The concept of C stores the programming language code in the form of libraries. And C is a statically type, meaning the type of variable is checked at the time of compilation, but not at the time of runtime. It is a general purpose language. Programming to photo editing software, C programming language is used for the various applications. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. Can I talk?
Yeah, you can talk.
Myself, Bhaveshri Kundangar. C language. It is an important role while studying the other
Sorry to
programming
interrupt,
languages.
Bunu, but can you be little louder?
C language. It is an important language while studying other programming languages. It shares the same concepts, the data types, control statements, and any more. And C can be used widely in various applications. Where C language can be used. C is widely C important in embedded system, and it is used for developing system applications. And C language is used for developing desktop applications. Most of the applications by Adobe are developed using C language. Thank you, ma'am.
Can I speak, ma'am? I want to say one more feature of the C.
Yes, you can continue, Bunu. Oh, sorry, Apshanda.
Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Afshanda, ma'am.
Yeah.
The C program is easy to extend. In C language, we can extend our programs. Like if we have written code already, then by adding some more features and operations, we can extend the program. It is portable. Portable as programs. the programs that are written in C language can run and compile on any system with either none or small changes. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Saransh, you didn't speak for a long time. I request you to unmute your mics and speak. Speak.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Um, Actually, there were a few points which I would like to mention. First thing is we know that a programming language is either compiled or interpreted, but Java combines both the approaches. That is why Java is called a two-stage system as well. First, Java compiler Java translates source code into an intermediate code known as bytecode, but bytecode are not machine instructions, so it cannot be executed. So there's one more process, one more machine actually named as JVM, which takes the bytecode and convert it into machine instructions. So that is why Java is a two-stage programming language. Apart from this, Java is highly secure, Java is dynamic, and it is also distributed. And one of the major problem facing in all the programming languages that it is not architectural neutral, whereas Java is also architectural neutral. Like the Java designer made JVM alter the situation. Like it was like right once they gave a statement. I remember it was Paulo Athay who quoted this for Java. Write once, run anywhere, anytime, forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Saransh. Anybody else who wants to speak up?
Yes, Harsha, like I have a couple of input to participants.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay, so let me give you some points. Okay, since some of you are idle in the discussion, I will be giving some points. Okay, you justify. Okay, which one is better? Or, okay, how do you justify this statement? Okay, let me put one point. Okay, when it comes to portability, how do you compare Java and C program? Is C portable or Java portable?
C is portable.
So one. Okay, that's a one point. The okay, right. And with respect to execution time, okay, suppose we would have developed an application. You take any application, okay, the benchmark. If you take an application and you build using C program, I will give you a choice, okay, C and Java. Like in terms of execution, the optimization point of view, okay, so which takes more time for execution, which takes less time for execution.
Java
Yeah,
takes
let me,
C takes less time.
yeah, and give time. You can justify both the points.
Java takes more time because because it is a high level language compared to C. That is why it will take more time. Whereas C, it is a low level language. It is nearer to the machine level language. So so it will take less time for execution.
Okay, so anyone else?
Yes, sir. See, you said you talked about portability. Java is more portable. So Java is portable because we have a concept called intermediate code, bytecode. So bytecode can run on any machine that has a JVM installed in it, the Java virtual machine installed in it. So the basic concept behind portability is just like write once and run anywhere and anytime. So that is the basic concept of portability. And when portability is the issue, so Java is always in upper hand. And next coming to runtime, execution time, which will take more time. So I have to accept that C takes less time in execution, as C is a low level language and it is very close to machine architecture also. So whereas Java is a high level object oriented language, it takes more time to create a intermediate code. So it will take apparently more time, but with most for safety features. So C is efficient, but that efficiency may get hurt when it has some several features dangling its safety, sir. So whereas Java takes more time, but it is type safety and other safety features are also included. So we have a bargain over there between efficiency and improvement.
C is more portable than Java, sir.
Okay, how do you how do you justify?
Because for Java we need JVM, sir. For C, there is no need of that tool, sir.
Okay.
According to the runtime, it is obviously C that has the upper hand over
Yeah,
Java.
before you speak, okay, once again you should tell your name. Let others know.
This is Saransh. So definitely in the runtime, we can see that C has upper hand over Java, but Java is portable from the perspective of the developer. Code written in Java can be executed in any environment without the need to recompile. Whereas C is not portable because not only it is tied to specific OS in many cases, it is also tied to a specific hardware architecture. Like you need a specific software to compile and portable it. Whereas Java does not need all those. So I feel in the perspective of developer, Java is always having the upper hand.
Sir, I'm Shivangi. I'd like to say that the file that the Java compiler generates is an architecture neutral file. So this makes Java more portable than C. And also there are security features in Java, like it provides compile time as well as runtime checking, whereas C only provides compile time checking, and hence it is also not robust. You can never hear about viruses attacking Java applications because of its security features. And because of Java's robustness, ease of use, and platform independence, it also provides worldwide internet solutions.
Okay. So anyone else? You can take the same point, or okay, you can see. Always we talk about efficiency, right? Whenever we want to develop an application, we have an option. Like, say, it's as simple as if I want to reach a destination, I have different options. I can opt different mode of transportation, right? So it all depends on my need. How many people I want to accommodate, or how many people I have to carry from one place to another place. So whether I go for by two-wheeler or four-wheeler, it all depends on that. Similarly, if I'm developing an application, there are various points that I should consider while selecting a programming language. Okay, correct. So as a programmer, what I feel is you should not be biased or possessive on any programming language. Right. So there is no programming language which is bug free or which is 100% superior or something like that. Okay. You take any programming language or any software, it will have its own pros and cons. You could list some of the drawback as well. Drawback of C or drawback of Java. Okay, so why people migrated from Java to some other language? Okay, so after Java, even we have like a C#, okay, one of the popular object-oriented programming. Due to some drawback, people would have migrated to a different programming language, right? From C to C++, or from C++ to Java, or Java to some other languages, or they once again come back. And can anyone justify? Okay, those who defended C, why C is preferred? Okay, or you can give an example application. You can name some popular application which is used, which is developed out of C program, or which is developed out of Java program. Taking that, you can define. Okay, as an architect of a software, okay, when I would go for C, when I would go for Java. Like as I mentioned in the beginning, one programming language is 25 years old, closer to 25 years, another is 48 years. So you should understand, okay, why people still are using that C programming. Okay, even after 25 years, why the people are using Java? Like, how do you defend that?
So this is Rishabh.
Yeah.
As I told you, I had given an example of banking, right, sir? So in
Yeah.
banking, there are many lines for code. There are hell lot of codes, right, sir? I mean, like there are many lines of code. So Java has its own specialities like packages and library functions. So if we use Java, it is better than C because in Java there are more functions and all, sir. So I rather choose Java than C.
Okay, that is from the point of say, you can say like enterprise application. Okay, fine. Apart from the banking application,
If it is efficiency, sir, Java is more
okay.
efficient than C programming because it has runtime compilation. That is also one of the feature of Java. So time is saved for us.
No, how do you justify that it is efficient when it we say like okay, runtime? Please come again.
Java is more efficient because it is based on runtime compilation. So, but C is compile time, right, sir? So it takes more time to, I mean, it like I mean to say, like I'm not getting it how to say it.
Yeah, you take your time, no problem. We have time. Now, how many levels of translation would take place? Okay, so suppose how see all of us agree that okay both are high level language, C or Java. Okay, right? And for CPU to understand, you need instruction which can be understood by the CPU, right? So can you people tell me like okay how the translation take place? With that translation you can justify. I don't know, you people got this point? See, my point is you would have written a code in both the language, say C and Java. How to make CPU to understand the code? Okay, how the translation takes place. By keeping that point, you can justify which is faster or which is slower.
Sir, C is faster because when we write some source code, that will directly first it will compile in the compiler. Then through the compiler, the object file is generated and it will go to the linker. Then directly will get the executable file. That is here the CPU understood everything.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. This is option, sir.
Yeah.
C is faster while compiling. This uses only the compiler, sir. But in Java, we need it creates the bytecode and then it uses the interpreter. Then it runs the code, sir. So C is faster, sir.
Okay. Talking about compilation or execution? No, my question is to Afshanda Madrasi, like the previous
Yes.
speaker. You mentioned about compilation is faster. Okay, are you justifying with respect to compilation or execution?
Execution, sir. C uses the only compiler, sir. It direct executes the program, sir. But in Java, we need to convert first to the bytecode, sir. Then it compiles, sir. In that cost, it uses the interpreter, sir.
What is the role of Java compiler there? Do you have a Java compiler? Okay, another point for the discussion. Just okay. So not talking. Can mute your mic. Just tell me the role of Java compiler and GCC, C compiler. You can defend yourself the role of Java compiler and C compiler. What is the role of C compiler and what is the role of Java compiler?
This is Afshina, sir.
Yeah.
C compiler, it compiles the source code into the machine language to the target of the machine.
In terms of what? Can you tell me the output? What type of output the C compiler is going to generate?
C compiler, sir.
Yeah. Suppose if I look at the output of the C
Binary,
compiler. Okay. Right. Next.
binary, sir. But a Java compiler, it uses JVM, which is basically converts into the bytecode, sir.
No. Come again. What about Java?
Then it runs. What, sir?
What about Java compiler? You said okay, C compiler generates binary code. That is zeros and
Generates the bytecode, sir. Bytes, sir. Bytecode.
bytes. Which one?
Java, sir. Using JVM,
Java.
it converts into the bytecode, sir.
Okay. So what is the difference between machine code and bytecode? Can anyone define what is the difference between bytecode and machine code?
Sir, I'm Shivangi. The bytecode is executed by the JVM, and after this it is converted into machine code, and machine code is recognized by the processor, whereas bytecode is recognized by the JVM. So that is why it brings out the platform independence feature of Java, because we can take that bytecode on any processor and the JVM will convert it to the machine code. So
Okay.
This is Saransh.
Yeah.
The main difference between machine code and bytecode can be like machine code, sir. Machine code or binary code, so that can be directly executed by the CPU itself. So while the bytecode is an intermediate code which needs a separate compiling a source code, which can be only executed by a virtual machine maybe sometimes.
Sarah, who generates the this one machine code, binary code in C program?
Once come again, sir. Hello.
No. Who generates a machine code in the case of C program?
Generates. Who generates?
There is the compiler.
So can I speak? It's me, Deepak, sir.
Yeah.
So this machine code is generated by assembler, sir. Assembler part of the C compiler. It uses .obj file, sir. And then after that, linker would link appropriately, and then .exe would be C will be generated, sir.
But someone said compiler generates machine code. Will you agree on that?
No, sir. That is a very broad answer, sir. Compiler is itself divided into several stages, sir. So I can say, because as compiler includes pre-processing, compilation, assembling, linking. So assembling part of the compiler generates machine code, which is .obj, and later after linking, it is converted to .exe, which is run by the CPU.
What's the previous step of that this one, assembly code?
So the previous step is after compilation process. The previous step for assembly is compilation process. The result of that process would be, I think, .s file, sir.
Okay. No, are you aware of those steps? Can you just brief on that? The build process, something like let others also get to know how your .c file gets converted to. Okay. The final round of discussion will be something like this: how your .c file get converted to executable file in C, and how your Java file .java gets converted to the machine code. Like,
Okay, sir. Okay. I'll brief on that. First, I will start with the .c file, sir. C compiler. So I typically find four processes. First is the pre-processing. Pre-processing stage of the C compiler would generate what is called. It expands the macros, and it includes header. And after that compilation process, we'll get a .s file, sir. After .s file, .s file is fed to the assembler part. And assembler part generates the .obj file. That .obj file is fed to the linking part. Linking part generates the .exe file, and .exe file is executable one, and that is executed on the CPU. So this is all about C, sir. Coming to Java, so
okay.
Java process would be like first Java code.java file is fed to the Java compiler Java. It generates the intermediate code, so the byte code, and that is fed to the JVM. JVM has several parts are in it, just like loader, linker, and those parts will do that. Take the class file from the Java compiler. Java compiler gives the .class file, sir. .class file is only the intermediate code. So .class file is fed to the JVM, and JVM gives the executable file.
Fine. And on last point, okay, anyone else? Okay, one more point. One more point. Is JVM platform dependent or independent? Just all of you can answer. Okay. Those who want to involve, you can give your answer. Is JVM platform independent or platform dependent? Just you can put your answer.
It is not platform.
One at a time. One at a time.
This is Rishabh, sir. JVM is platform dependent.
Platform
Dependent.
okay. Sure. Next.
Sir, I'm Shivangi. Sir, the JVM differs from platform to platform, but all understand the same Java bytecode. So, if a Java program is compiled into native code, then different versions of the program would have to exist for each type of CPU, and this is not a feasible solution. So,
No,
the execution
my question is simple. Is it platform dependent or platform independent? JVM.
That is platform dependent.
Next.
Sir, this is Hafiza.
Yeah.
Sir, Java is platform independent because once it is generated the bytecode, it can be executed on any platform.
No, Afisa, I'm not talking about Java. I asked you about JVM. Is JVM platform dependent or independent?
JVM.
JVM, Java Virtual Machine.
Sir, it is not platform independent.
Okay. Next.
Sir, it's me, Deepak.
Yeah.
JVM is different for different operating systems. So therefore, JVM is platform dependent. So it is dependent upon the platform. So every operating system has its own Java virtual machine created particularly to particularly run on that particular operating system. So whereas Java is platform independent, but Java virtual machine is platform dependent.
Okay.
Sir, this is Akshanda, sir. Java is platform dependent, sir. Whereas JVM is platform dependent, sir. Whereas Java is platform independent, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So I think we have almost another 3 minutes are there. Okay. One more point similarly, like you correct me or I'll make a statement now. You agree or disagree, okay? Based on that, you can defend yourself. My statement would be something like C is portable. Each of you can defend. You can say yes or no. If you say yes, you should say.
This is Akshanda, sir. C is portable, sir.
Okay. So then what about Java is also portable? Then how do you define it?
Sir, it's me, Deepak.
Yeah.
Sir, Java is portable, sir. Whereas I don't portable. I'll define what is portable. For C, portable means as long as the platform which on which you want to run the C code has a C compiler, you can run the C program. Whereas Java is not like that. You don't need a Java compiler to run a Java code. You need just a JVM and a bytecode. So portability has different meaning for C, and portability has different meaning for Java. So I would go with Java. Java is has a good definition for portability, whereas C is said portable, but not completely portable. You should have a C compiler for a given platform.
No, can you people tell me like C is portable at what level and what level it is portable and at what level it's not portable? Since you mentioned about the different intermediate files, right? Deepak,
Okay, sir.
you should tell me like at what level it becomes portable or at which level it is portable.
Oh, okay. I'll think, sir. Just
Yeah. See, Deepak mentioned about different types of files, say .c or .s, .o. If you people know, keeping that as a point, you can tell okay, C is portable at what level and at what level it becomes non-portable.
Can I speak, sir?
Yeah, sure.
This is Afshanda, sir. C is portable. It will run on any machine language which supports C, sir.
Please come
While
again.
Java, if you write a code in C, sir, then if the machine know the C language properly, then the C supports portability without modifying a single line of the code, sir.
Sir, it's me, Deepak, sir, again.
Yeah.
Sir, you asked at what level C loses its portability.
Yeah.
So previously I mentioned different processes in C compilation, just like different various files .c, .obj, and other files. So I
Okay.
would say that at the assembling part of the compilation process, at the assembling part, I think there are different assemblers for different machines. Just like we have 8086 and other different assemblers for different operating systems and different machines. So at the assembly level only, the C loses its portability. The assembler code would be different. And I may not be right, so just I guessed it.
Fine. No, you mentioned about different extensions. I remember different extensions of files you mentioned it. Say .o, .s, .c.
Discussion.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else?
Sir? Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Tisa.
Sir, C is portable as long as in the machine the compiler C compiler is there. Whereas for the Java, as it is a platform independent, so it is always portable. And for C, this is not the case. As long as that compiler is there, because of its low level, the C is portable.
Okay.
So this is Rishabh.
Yeah, go ahead, Krishna.
I feel both are portable, but Java is more portable than C because JVM has a standard behavior. JVM can Sir, I'm not like I feel both are portable, sir, but Java is more portable.
Okay. Okay. So another 2 minutes. Okay, why? Since done. Okay. Why C has withstanded like a 48 years of its life, like in industry? Like why people you still C is programming is relevant in today's scenario or in today's software world? Still is
Because
it?
this is Afshanda sir.
Yeah.
This is Afshanda sir. Because C is a basic language, sir. It explains the data structures and all, sir. First, if we study the C language first, then we can understand the many more other languages, sir. And it is easy to understand, sir.
I want technical answer. So this is that is fine from the point of programming. Say for you it may be easier, for someone else it may be difficult. From the technical point, okay, what made people to use or still is it relevant today? Because many people were directly jumping into Python or there are hundreds of programming languages, right? So
Yes.
now why is still people using C program is my first question. Okay, next, if that is the case, why they're using it? If you say yes, why? Or where it is
Sir,
used?
because C is used to make Unix operating system. Like the first operating systems were also designed using C. So
Okay.
like most of the Unix support, no, all the supporting tools of most of the Unix are written in C, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Sir, it's me, Deepak.
That C executes faster and therefore it is used in the operating systems because operating systems need to perform faster. So that's why they are written in C.
Okay.
Sir, it's me, Deepak. Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
you asked about why C survived so long. I think the major application would be embedded systems, sir. Embedded systems, how embedded systems is, C has a very good flavor of embedded, something called embedded C. Mostly used by EC people, electronics and communication people use it in designing various circuits and writing very low level programming programs. So as the number of electronic devices became much more in the world, so we needed a good programming language to interact with the very low level machine architecture, sir. So C is at its best with interacting with the low level machine architecture. So C has survived with the boom of embedded devices, sir. Just like various embedded devices we can use in various home appliances and everywhere, sir.
Okay.
This is Afshanda, sir.
Yeah.
C is a flexible language, sir. The main feature of this is a dynamic memory management, sir. The system level resources such as memory can be accessed easily, sir. So C is good for the programming, sir.
Right.
Hafiza. Sir, basically C is means nowadays it is not used much in industries, but still it is there because sir, after that C it's extended one C++ nowadays, and C sharp is very popular because it come up with the object oriented concepts and all those concepts, and also it has less compilation time. That is the property. Because of that, still C is used in the industries, not as not it is used comparatively Java, it is used lesser, but it is used.
Okay.
This is
So
Brahmani,
fine.
sir.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
This is
Ramani.
Brahmani, sir.
Okay.
C is
You are
robust
talking first
language.
time.
No, sir. Second time.
Second time. Okay.
Sir, C is robust language and has rich set of built-in functions, data types, and operators. It can be used to write any complex programs, sir. It have several applications like Mozilla Firefox, Google, gaming animation, and MySQL, everything are written in C, sir.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Right. I think Prerna and Sai Sparsha, we are done with the time. Okay, is that allotted time is over? Must we had like 1 hour?
Yes, sir. It was until 5 o'clock.
Okay. So, like, okay. So it was a good discussion. So it was nice participation from all of you. Okay. Still, okay. So 5 minutes, I would like to highlight about the point that you people raised. Okay. So since we have concluded the group discussion, okay. Now just I would like to express my view. As I told in the beginning, right? So we shouldn't be possessive or about any programming language. Okay. So I was asking you about the application of C program and application of Java like. Even last Brahmin, the last participant mentioned about the application developed out of C. Okay. So if you take your mobile phone, all of you use mobile phone, right? Do you know which programming language is being running on your mobile phone? Majority of you have Android phone. Majority of your Android phone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So which
sir.
programming language running on that?
Language, sir, if I'm not wrong. I guess it is C language.
Who's okay.
Ansh.
So it's a combination of both the C and Java. You have like C++, Python. Okay, I think you can mute your phone, Saransh. Okay.
Sir, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, you can mute your microphone. Okay, so Android is a combination of both C as well as Java. So library and kernel is written in C programming. Why C is even today it is preferred as, you know, the main reason for people preferring C is because of pointer features. That's the one point which none of you touched it. Okay, so the reason for why still it's being used in industry, or why people use C programming for writing operating system or device drivers or low level code, it is because of pointers, where you can have a low level interaction. You can directly communicate to hardware, so you can have direct memory access. These are the main features. Okay, so one of the main features why people prefer C programming, and why people migrated from C to other languages like say Java, or what is the drawback of C? I would say same, the pointers. Why? Pointers, if it is not used in the right manner, always it might lead to a problem. Many of you would have experienced one standard problem. Can quickly one of you unmute and tell me what is the common error that you get?
Segmentation fault core dumped, sir.
Yeah, who is that? Deepak. Okay, correct. It's a good answer. Okay, so why core dump or segmentation fault occurs? It's because of inappropriate use of pointers. And you might not come across core dump in Java. You know why? Because we don't use direct pointers. Indirectly, they use pointers in the form of reference. Okay, but it's not pointers. But that means okay, you cannot use Java at lower level. You cannot write device drivers, or you cannot write kernel. You can use it for application. And if you go back and check the architecture of Android, probably you'll understand the importance of both Java as well as C. Okay. And another point, okay, you mentioned about the execution, right? The fastness or the execution time. Java is interpreted language. It is slower. And C program is compiled language. Compiled language is something like I can compare with, say, a movie. In the case of movie, how many times an actor is going to act? If you want to capture a movie, once you capture a movie, right, you record it. The actor needs to act how many times? What's your answer? Can you
Only one time. Only one time.
only one time? If someone is playing a drama, how many times they have to act?
Several times, sir.
Each time there is a play, they have to act, right? So in that manner, every time you execute a code, Java code, it has to be interpreted. So bytecode, we talked about bytecode. The .java file will get converted to bytecode, and bytecode is platform independent. That platform independent code needs to be translated to machine code every time it is interpreted. That is done by JVM. So translation needs to take place every time you execute a code. Whereas in the case of C, it is one-time translation, like movie. The actor is acted only once. Hence, from the point of execution, C is faster compared to Java. Like, no need for interpretation. Even in the case of Android, do you know, like latest Android runtime, they have modified that model. Again, I suggest you to go back and check the Android runtime feature. Okay. Earlier they were using something known as Dalvik virtual machine, which is analogous to your JVM. Now there is no DVM in Android. They have used Android runtime. Okay. It's an interesting topic for you to study. Okay. And one more point, that's about the execution time. Portability, you could have justified as C is portable, no doubt, but at the level of only source code. If I give the .c file, it is portable. Once .c file is compiled, it becomes machine specific, that is assembly code. Once a compiler generates, it is a compiler which will generate your high level language to assembly code. Once assembly code is generated, that becomes platform specific. In the case of Java, the Java compiler will convert the .java file to machine independent code, that is bytecode. Bytecode is machine independent. That most of you answered it. Okay. So these are the few points which I would like to correct in the discussion. Some of you made those points. Okay. And let me know if you have any questions you would like to clarify. I'm open for discussion. Like, if you need to clarify any points, you can ask me. And don't be biased. Okay, I told you, right? You can pursue your career in anyone. Okay, but learn one programming language thoroughly. Like, and always you look at the application where the C can be applied, or how do you implement, build a library. We always talk about using library, and most of the libraries are written in C. So you can also have a good exercise on how to build a library also. Okay. So any questions from the participants? Would like to know anything?
This is Saransh. Sir,
Yeah.
recently, according to TOB results, it was shown that C is being used in US to cure the COVID-19 pandemic, which is being used for medical surveillance or something. So, and one more language came up, that was COBOL, which is being used in New Jersey, which is about 70 years old. So all the old programming languages are being used right now, and the new ones are getting vanished. Justification, sir?
No. See, each one has got its own place. Okay, so C programming, I was telling you, right? Okay, why C is used? You take majority of the kernel or operating system. Majority of the operating system are written in C. And for writing device drivers, there is no other options other than C. And only because of, again, which feature of C programming, I told you, one feature is pointers, I said. If you go deeper into that, again, it is the feature of pointer to function. There's something known as function pointers. Because of function pointers, we prefer C programming. Okay, so if you elaborate on function pointers, it's something like, if I ask you this question, which one is written first, device driver or kernel? Operating system or device driver, which is written first?
Kernel,
Device
sir.
driver.
Kernel. See, you call a printf, right? When you call a printf internally calls library. Printf is a library. Library internally calls system call called write. Write internally calls device driver function. It is the device driver function which finally talks to the hardware. Okay, I hope you just recollect. Printf library. Printf internally calls system call called write system call, which is kernel specific but device independent. And the device independent code internally calls device driver code, which is device specific. In all these cases, printf, write, and device driver code all are written in C program itself. Okay, but now the question is, for all kernel, no, if you take Linux kernel, Ubuntu or Fedora, in that case, write is common for all the operating system or all the kernel. But device driver is different. How kernel knows how it knows well in advance which function name is given by the device driver programmer? Because device driver is installed the later stage, correct? All of you agree with this point? Device drivers are written later stage. First kernel is written, then device driver is written. But how kernel knows the name of the device driver function? The answer is, it is function pointer. Say, I know I don't need a function name to invoke it, provided I get the address of the function. And that is possible because of pointer to function. If you have not come across this feature, there's going to be definitely interview question. Go back and look at function pointers features. There is something known as callback function. Have you all come across callback function?
Yes, sir.
There's another interview question. What is a callback function? See, most of the time, application calls library function. If it is reverse, if library calls application function, correct? That is called as callback function. If library calls user-defined function, it is called as callback function. And callback functions are implemented only through function pointers. See, these are the major features of C programming. Why people still prefer C program. I'm not too much on COBOL, but I'm sorry for that. Okay, I've not worked on COBOL. Yeah.
I assume that all the participants have cleared their doubts. If you have any, kindly proceed with them. I think all the participants have clarified their doubts. It was very great to have you all in this session, and thank you, sir, for taking up to be the judge. And participants, kindly fill in the feedback form which is provided in the chat box. So once you fill in them, you'll be receiving a certificates through the email, through your email IDs. And kindly follow our Instagram page. The link is given in the chat box. So kindly follow the page to get more updates about the events and upcoming sessions. And I would invite Prerna to propose the vote of thanks. And participants, kindly note there is no second round of this session. The winner will be decided today itself. So once Prerna proposes the vote of thanks, we'll be getting to know who is the winner. Thank you. Prerna, proceed.
Yeah, thank you, Sparsha. It was a great session with such proactive participants and exceptional judge. I would extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Vishwakiran sir for spending his valuable
Yeah.
time amidst his busy schedule and making this session a great success. I would thank each and every participant for sharing their views and participating actively. I hope you all got to learn something new today and it was a productive session for everyone. So now I request Vishwakiran sir to announce the winner.
Hello.
Hello.
Vishwakiran sir, thanks sir. In spite of your busy schedule, you have come
Thank you,
all,
madam.
you have participated here, sir. Thank you for
Manila is the
thanks a
name,
lot.
but thank you, madam.
No problem, sir. On behalf of CSI team, I really thank you, sir.
Pleasure. It's good to have interaction with students, and especially my favorite topics like C and Java. Okay,
Sure, sir. In future also we would like to have such interactions with you, sir.
definitely, ma'am. Definitely, it's pleasure. Okay,
Thank you.
okay. So participants, no hard feeling. Okay, so based on the interaction and the points what you have put forward. Okay, so I would be sending the winner name. To Prerna, like, okay. So Prerna will announce.
Okay, so sir has sent me the name of the winner. It is Deepak. Congratulations, Deepak.
Thank
Which
you,
co-
thank you, thank you.
So all others also like it's not like one hard to pick one. So it's an equal what is it, like, participation for all of you. Like it's a good discussion. Because I was forced to select one, so based on few points, I've selected.
Which college, Deepak?
Ma'am, I'm BMSIT only, ma'am.
Deepak from which college?
Congrats.
BMSIT only, sir.
Which department?
CSE, sir, CSE.
Okay, which branch? Which semester?
Sir, sixth sem CSE.
Okay.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now I request all the participants to turn on your videos so that we can take a group picture and we can conclude the session.
Hi.
She's outside. Okay, kindly turn, remaining participants kindly turn on it soon. Okay. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, Rubini. Thanks.
Thank you everyone for your active participation and thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, sir.